The recent assassination attempt on former US President Donald Trump has brought to light an intriguing web of connections and controversies surrounding investment giant BlackRock. As conspiracy theories emerge, some are pointing to signs that suggest BlackRock may have had a motive to see Trump gone. But are those theories true, and what can we learn from them? From BlackRock's financial ties to its controversial ad featuring the Trump's shooter, to Trump's position clashing with the companies on the Russo-Ukrainian, here are the top signs that indicate a potential desire within BlackRock to remove Trump from the political equation. Shorting of Trump stock. It's been 9 days since the assassination attempt on Donald J. Trump. While it continues to shock the political landscape, there are even more questions unanswered about whether the young man who tried to assassinate Trump acted alone or not. In that context, BlackRock, a well-known investment firm, is trending for the wrong reasons. The company has recently come under scrutiny for its potential involvement in shorting the stock of the former US president's media company, Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG, just before the assassination attempt. This incident has sparked controversy and raised questions about potential conflicts of interest in the financial world and the possible involvement of BlackRock in the attempt on Trump's life. On July 12, 2024, a Texas-based investment company, Austin Private Wealth APW, which has links to BlackRock, filed a report with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, for a put option on 12 million shares of TMTG. According to some sources, this filing appeared to be a bet on the company's value taking a massive hit and plunging if Trump is killed. The timing of this filing, just a day before the assassination attempt on Trump that left one person dead and several others injured, has raised suspicions and fueled wild conspiracy theories. Screenshots of the put option from a Bloomberg terminal circulated on social media, but were later removed in the day, apparently to avoid causing a stir among the public. However, the removal only intensified public interest and speculation, as it led to increased scrutiny of BlackRock APW and their connections to the events. Like wildfire, many began to assume that APW had major holdings in Vanguard and BlackRock funds, linking them to George Soros and the Rothschild family, further fueling suspicions that it knew something about the attempt on Trump's life even before it happened. To save its image, APW has come out to deny the accusations, claiming that the filing was a result of a clerical error. The SEC filing, which showed that Austin Private Wealth shorted a large number of shares of Trump Media and Technology Group Corp. (DJT), was incorrect, and we immediately amended it as soon as we learned of the error, they said. Clarifying what had happened, APW attributed the mistake to a third-party vendor multiplying all options contracts by 10,000. This, they said, resulted in an incorrect report of 12 million shares instead of the actual 1,200 shares. Following up on their statement, APW expressed regret for the error, especially given its timing, and has allegedly reviewed its internal procedures to prevent similar incidents in the future. Nevertheless, despite the amended filing and APW's explanations, the controversy has persisted. The shorting of TMTG stock before the assassination attempt has drawn connections to BlackRock, leading to the company facing scrutiny alongside APW, as many now believe they're trying to take out Trump, first by going after his financial interests and next by orchestrating an attempt to end his life. The allegations have not only impacted the reputations of these financial entities, but have also led to broader discussions about the influence and power of large investment firms in the political arena, as if things couldn't get any more interesting. BlackRock's connection to the Trump assassination incident became even more controversial with the release of a commercial. This commercial, which resurfaced shortly after the filing and the subsequent assassination attempt, has become a focal point of more conspiracy theories. The content of the commercial has been analyzed and reanalyzed, with many believing it contains hidden messages or clues about BlackRock's intentions. The timing of its release has only added to the speculation, leading some to argue that it was part of a coordinated effort to destabilize Trump's influence. With the commercial's release, many, including state authorities like the FBI, are still searching for clues. It's even worse, as online journalists and detectives believe the commercial is proof that BlackRock planned to eliminate Trump before the coming 2024 presidential elections. The intrigue surrounding this commercial has captivated the public and media alike, turning what might have been a standard financial maneuver into a full-blown scandal with potential political ramifications. But what was in this commercial, and why is it raising so much dust among observers and critics alike? This question has sparked intense debate and investigation, as some believe the commercial's content may contain a hidden cryptic message that could be related to Trump's attempted assassination. But before I delve into discussing the now controversial commercial proper, exploring its implications and the reactions it has provoked across various sectors, let's first rewind on the events that took place on the 13th, discussing Matthew Crooks, what we know about him, and what could have motivated him to carry out the attack on Trump. Shots fired. On July 13, 2024, chaos erupted at a political rally in Chicago when a man armed with a semi-automatic rifle opened fire, attempting to assassinate former President Donald Trump. The shooter, identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, was quickly subdued by Secret Service agents, but not before killing one person and injuring several bystanders. Trump had a bullet pierce his right ear, which merely missed his head by a few inches. During the incident, 57-year-old David Dutch of New Kensington, Pennsylvania, and 74-year-old James Copenhaver of Moon Township, Pennsylvania, were seriously injured. Unfortunately, 50-year-old local volunteer firefighter Corey Comperatori died from the gunfire while protecting his family. As reports revealed, Crooks, born September 20, 2003, was raised in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. His parents, both licensed professional counselors, provided him with a seemingly stable family environment. Crooks attended Bethel Park High School, where he was known as a quiet, above-average student. Despite his academic success, he experienced significant bullying, often targeted for his quiet demeanor, body odor, and unique fashion choices. Growing up, he had a passion for chess, video games, and computer programming. He attended a computer technology program at the Steele Center for Career and Technical Education. In 2022, he graduated high school with high honors, receiving a $500 award from the National Math and Science Initiative. After high school, Crooks went on to study engineering science at the Community College of Allegheny County, where he earned an associate degree just 2 months before the shooting. During this time, he worked as a dietary aide at a local nursing home, with his employers reporting no issues with his performance. Apparently, the young man had big plans for his future, having been accepted to both Robert Morris University and the University of Pittsburgh to further his education. Following the assassination attempt, the FBI began to dig deeper into the circumstances surrounding the incident to unravel the details of Crooks's actions and motivations. The investigation quickly focused on understanding the connections between Crooks and any potential sponsors or influencers. They discovered that Crooks had been plotting the attack for months. Just a day before the shooting, on July 12, 2024, he visited a shooting range to practice and bought over 50 rounds of ammunition. He also purchased a ladder which he used to climb onto the rooftop, where he positioned himself to fire at Trump. Before the shooting, Thomas Crooks's online activity became quite alarming. He spent a lot of time searching for images and public appearances of several high-profile figures, including former President Donald Trump, President Joe Biden, Attorney General Merrick Garland, FBI Director Christopher A. Wray, and even Catherine, Princess of Wales. But that wasn't all. Crooks's internet history showed he was also interested in major depressive disorder and the Oxford High School shooting. Authorities even found an arrest photograph of the Oxford shooter, Ethan Crumbley, on his phone. This unsettling detail pointed to a possible fascination with previous acts of violence, hinting at a deeper, more disturbing mindset. Interestingly, Crooks's political views remain a bit of a mystery. Back in January 2021, he reportedly made a $15 donation to a Democratic voter turnout group. However, by September of that same year, he registered as a Republican voter and had only voted once during the 2022 midterm elections. Also, his social media activities have not revealed any strong political leanings, leaving everyone guessing about his true ideology. People who knew Crooks had mixed feelings about him. Some classmates remember him as a generally nice, smart guy who got along well with teachers. On the other hand, others pointed out how isolated he was while growing up and that he faced a lot of bullying in high school. As some analysts have pointed out, Crooks's life experiences might have contributed to his path to radicalization. At the moment, his father, Matthew Crooks, is deeply troubled and confused by his son's actions, desperately trying to make sense of what went wrong. It's pretty fascinating how Thomas Crooks's story unfolds. Public records show he had no prior convictions. As the FBI investigations have confirmed, Crooks had never come to their attention before his attempted assassination of Trump. They haven't found any indications that he suffered from mental health issues either. Now, what do you think could be the reason Crooks chose to take out Donald Trump? Did he act alone or use some help and motivation, say from a powerful entity operating in the shadowy background? As many now believe, BlackRock, a company that has always been under the radar of controversy, could have covertly sponsored Crooks to carry out the attack. Those who propagate this narrative now point toward a BlackRock commercial in which the young shooter appeared as evidence of the company's possible involvement. So, what's in this advertisement? And why should it matter now to the extent that BlackRock finds itself under intense scrutiny? The mysterious appearance. Did you know that Thomas Crook, the man who attempted to assassinate former US President Donald Trump, once appeared in a commercial for BlackRock, the investment firm? It's true, and it's a fact that hasn't gone unnoticed by conspiracy theorists and curious onlookers alike. The commercial in question, which was produced in 2022, has sparked a flurry of speculation and raised questions about a potential connection between Crook and BlackRock. Some have even gone so far as to insinuate that BlackRock may have had a hand in the assassination plot, with the commercial serving as a cryptic clue. The ad was filmed at Bethel Park High School, where Crooks was a student at the time. According to reports, BlackRock filmed the spot, a part of a series aimed at teachers managing their retirement assets, in a classroom led by a real teacher and which featured real students. In the video, Crooks can be seen for a couple of seconds turning to look at his teacher. He didn't speak in the video and allegedly wasn't paid for his appearance. It's a seemingly harmless scene. However, the tenuous connection was enough to take things to a whole new layer of intrigue in light of recent events and reignited a conspiracy theory that has long focused on BlackRock. Conspiracy theorists have seized upon this mysterious appearance, claiming that it indicates a deeper connection between Crook and BlackRock. They ask, how? Could a major financial institution like BlackRock have allowed someone like Crook to represent their brand? Was it simply an unfortunate coincidence, or was there something more sinister at play? Some have even gone so far as to suggest that BlackRock may have had advanced knowledge of Crook's plans, or even more disturbingly, that they played a role in orchestrating the assassination attempt. They point to the timing of the commercial, which aired just 2 years before the assassination attempt, as further evidence of a potential connection. But is there any truth to these conspiracy theories? Could BlackRock have actually planned Trump's assassination and used the commercial as a subtle hint to the public? It seems far-fetched, and BlackRock has vehemently denied any involvement in the assassination plot, expressing shock and condemnation at the attempt on Trump's life. Following the revelation that Thomas Crook, the man who attempted to assassinate former US President Donald Trump, had appeared in the 2022 commercial for BlackRock, the investment firm swiftly pulled the ad and issued a statement. In their statement, BlackRock explained that the ad, which was aimed at teachers managing their retirement assets, featured a real teacher and several unpaid students from Bethel Park High School, including Crook. They emphasized that Crook was not hired or paid by the company, and that they would be making all video footage available to the appropriate authorities. BlackRock also expressed their condemnation of the violence that took place at the Trump rally, saying that the assassination attempt on former President Trump was abhorrent and is thankful that he wasn't seriously injured. As our leadership team communicated to colleagues last night, BlackRock strongly condemns political violence of any kind and will do our part to promote civility and unity in the country, the company said. At the same time, BlackRock stated that they had removed the video from circulation out of respect for the victims. The company's swift response and condemnation of the violence aim to distance themselves from the incident. However, the conspiracy theorists remain unconvinced. They argue that BlackRock's quick removal of the commercial from their website and social media channels is further proof of their guilt. They claim that BlackRock is trying to cover up their connection to Crook and distance themselves from the incident. Joining the conversation, prominent individuals like Joe Rogan aired their opinion on the matter. According to the podcaster and former TV host, he was shocked upon learning that Crooks was revealed to have appeared in a commercial for BlackRock. He's 20 years old, and then you find out he was in a BlackRock commercial. You're like, am I? Is this the Black Mirror? Like, tell me what's going on. Is this real? He questioned. So, what are we to make of Thomas Crooks's appearance in the BlackRock commercial? Is it simply an unfortunate coincidence, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? The truth may lie somewhere in between. As the conspiracy theories continue to circulate and evolve, one thing is certain. Crook's appearance in their commercial has inadvertently linked BlackRock to one of the most controversial and politically charged incidents in recent memory. It has also opened the door for the retelling of the previous conspiracies surrounding the company, which I'll reveal. BlackRock, history of controversies. Suppose you don't know, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, has found itself at the center of numerous controversies over the years, sparking debates and attracting scrutiny from various quarters. From allegations of influencing global events to conspiracy theories and concerns over environmental and social impact, BlackRock has become a focal point for a wide range of criticisms. One of the most notable controversies surrounding BlackRock involves its alleged control of the global world order, influence on global events, and its ties to powerful entities who can do anything, whether overtly or covertly. In December 2021, it came to light that BlackRock was an investor in 2 companies that had been blacklisted by the US government due to accusations of human rights abuses against the Uyghurs in Xinjiang, China. One of these companies was Hikvision, and BlackRock increased its investment in this company even after the blacklisting. This incident fueled accusations that BlackRock was complicit in human rights abuses, prompting an investigation by the US House of Representatives Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party in August 2023. The committee's findings revealed that BlackRock channeled $1.9 billion into blacklisted entities in 2023. BlackRock's connections to the Federal Reserve during the COVID-19 pandemic response efforts also raised eyebrows. The company faced scrutiny for allegedly exploiting these close ties for its benefit. Adding to the controversy, BlackRock became entangled in conspiracy theories during this period, with some theories incorporating anti-Semitism and claiming that Jewish people, including BlackRock founder Robert Capito, were part of a cabal responsible for COVID-19 and a COVID agenda. Though some of these theories were largely debunked by fact-checking organizations, they contributed to the air of suspicion surrounding the company. BlackRock has also faced criticism for its environmental and social impact, or lack thereof. In May 2019, the company was called out for its significant holdings in major oil supermajors and coal producers, with concerns raised about the environmental impact of these investments. Despite CEO Larry Fink's announcement in January 2020 that environmental sustainability would be a key investment goal of the company, BlackRock's subsequent actions fell short of expectations. The company's support for shareholder resolutions requesting climate risk disclosure decreased from 25% in 2019 to 14% in 2020, and it faced further criticism for its inaction on climate change and deforestation in the Amazon rainforest. The controversy surrounding BlackRock's stance on environmental, social and governance issues, or ESG issues, has become particularly polarizing. ESG encompasses a range of ethically responsible business practices, from reducing carbon emissions to promoting workplace diversity. While BlackRock has made some efforts to address ESG concerns, such as selling $500 million worth of coal-related assets and creating funds that avoid investing in fossil fuel companies, its actions have not satisfied all stakeholders. A former BlackRock executive claimed that the firm's ESG investing was a dangerous placebo that harms the public interest, arguing that financial institutions engage in ESG investing primarily to increase fees and profits. The polarization of ESG issues has led to political battles, with Republican politicians attacking it as a vehicle for a politically liberal agenda, while Democrats defend it. This controversy has had tangible impacts, with some Wall Street firms backing down on ESG commitments and insurers withdrawing from a United Nations-backed climate alliance. At the same time, BlackRock has faced scrutiny for its investments in weapons corporations and its connection to the military-industrial complex. Peace activists and organizations have called for BlackRock to divest from the military-industrial complex, highlighting the company's holdings in tens of billions of dollars worth of investments in major weapons manufacturers such as Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and General Dynamics. BlackRock also oversees investments in gun manufacturers within the United States. BlackRock's fund, exclusively dedicated to defense and aerospace, has been a particular focus of criticism. Despite claiming to be a socially responsible company, BlackRock continues to profit from arms sales and investments in companies that profit from violence. This has led to accusations of hypocrisy, with the company facing calls to uphold its commitment to holding companies accountable for being good corporate citizens. BlackRock's influence and impact on a global scale have made it a target for a diverse range of criticisms and conspiracy theories. While some of the allegations may be unfounded or exaggerated, the controversies have undoubtedly contributed to a perception of BlackRock as a powerful entity with far-reaching influence. As the company continues to navigate the complex landscape of global finance, it will inevitably face ongoing scrutiny and remain a focal point for those seeking to hold powerful institutions accountable. Even now, some individuals feel that the company is after Trump for several reasons, including his America First policy, which may be in sharp contrast to BlackRock's push for increasing global influence, even if at the detriment of American society. But how do all these factors add up and influence the current situation? As we'll reveal, the emerging narrative is multifaceted, encompassing financial, political, and social dimensions. BlackRock's global influence versus Trump's America First policy. The recent assassination attempt on former US President Donald Trump has brought to light an intriguing clash of ideologies and interests, pitting the globalist agenda of financial giants like BlackRock against Trump's nationalist America First policy. This incident has sparked debates and raised questions about the role of powerful financial institutions in shaping world events. Former President Donald Trump's America First agenda was a cornerstone of his political brand, both during his presidency and beyond. At its core, this policy prioritized American interests above all else, advocating for a more isolationist approach to foreign affairs and a reduction in the country's involvement in global politics. Trump's America First vision can be broken down into three primary strands. 1. Disengagement from global politics. This involved withdrawing from key international agreements such as the Iranian nuclear deal and the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and a general reluctance to cooperate with traditional allies. The Trump administration preferred unilateral decision-making, believing that raw power politics better served American strength. Secondly, Trump's America First vision embraced disdain for allies. Under this, the policy often manifested as a disdain for traditional allies and a preference for befriending autocratic leaders. This approach led to tensions with long-standing partners and contributed to a sense of America becoming increasingly isolated on the world stage. Lastly, protectionism. Trump's economic policies emphasized protectionism, with a focus on bringing jobs back to America, building a wall along the Mexico border, and reducing reliance on foreign countries, particularly China. On the other side of this ideological clash is BlackRock, a financial powerhouse with a global reach. As the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock wields immense influence over financial markets, investment strategies, and responsible investing. With over $9 trillion in assets under management, their diverse client base includes individual investors, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, and corporations. BlackRock's success is partly due to its pioneering role in passive investing strategies, particularly through exchange-traded funds or ETFs. Their iShares brand is a global leader in ETFs, offering a wide range of products that provide investors with convenient and cost-effective exposure to specific markets and investment strategies. However, BlackRock's global influence has attracted scrutiny and fueled conspiracy theories. Some critics argue that BlackRock's vast financial network and connections to powerful entities give it an outsized impact on world events and the ability to secretly control much of what happens in the world for its own nefarious ends. This theory is particularly prevailing in varying strengths on the American right. When Fox News was sued by the voting machine manufacturer Dominion Voting Systems, the theory spread online that BlackRock owned both companies and had either rigged the 2020 US election using the machines or was secretly orchestrating the lawsuit to remove former Fox News anchor Tucker Carlson, a leading Trump advocate who had made false claims about Dominion's machines. Likewise, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the independent candidate, has theorized that BlackRock is quietly buying up most of the homes in America, a recipe for taking away real power from the masses and consolidating it in the hands of the rich and powerful within the organization. Furthermore, Vivek Ramaswamy, who sought the Republican nomination before endorsing Trump, described BlackRock and two other asset managers as arguably the most powerful cartel in human history. This perception of BlackRock as a shadowy force shaping global affairs has only been exacerbated by the recent assassination attempt on Trump. The contrast between Trump's America First nationalism and BlackRock's globalist agenda is stark. While Trump seeks to prioritize American interests above all else, BlackRock represents a financial elite that thrives on globalization and international cooperation. Trump's isolationist policies directly contradict BlackRock's interests, which lie in cross-border investments, international trade, and the free flow of capital worldwide. BlackRock's success is inherently tied to a globalized world, where capital can move freely across borders and where international cooperation facilitates their investment strategies. The assassination attempt on Trump, a symbol of nationalist populism, has brought this ideological clash into sharp focus. Conspiracy theories have emerged, suggesting that BlackRock or its associates may have had a hand in the incident, seeing it as an opportunity to remove a prominent obstacle to their globalist agenda. To give this theory more relevance, some have compared Trump's stance on the Russia-Ukraine war to BlackRock's alleged position as a major financier and profiteer from the war. They argue that BlackRock's interests in continued conflict and instability in Ukraine directly oppose Trump's intentions to end the war, making him a target for those benefiting from the ongoing hostilities. To help you understand how and why Trump and BlackRock's positions on the conflict reflect their broader ideological divides and could be the catalyst for a potential hit on Trump, let's dive into discussing what's at stake for the company in the ongoing conflict and why a Trump presidency can set the clock back on their interests in the war. Ukraine war and future with Trump. Suppose you're wondering how the Russo-Ukraine war plays into the playbook of conspiracy theorists who now believe that BlackRock may have had a hand in Trump's assassination. Consider the intricate web of interests and ideologies at play. At the heart of this theory lies the question: do financial giants like BlackRock benefit from the war, and would they go to extreme lengths to protect their interests? Also, what does a Trump presidency mean for these financial behemoths, given his stance on ending the war and bringing lasting peace? With the 2024 US election approaching, Trump has made headlines with his stance on ending the ongoing war in Ukraine, with the former president vowing to bring peace and end the conflict. However, Trump's plans remain vague, and he has declined to provide specific details on how he would achieve a quick resolution to the war. Trump's proposal, according to sources, involves pushing Ukraine to cede Crimea and the Donbas border region to Russia, an approach that has been criticized as rewarding Russian President Vladimir Putin and condoning violations of international borders. European allies have also expressed concern, noting that blocking US aid to Ukraine, as Trump has suggested, would weaken Ukraine's capacity to keep fighting. Adding to the controversy, investment giant BlackRock has found itself in the spotlight for its alleged role in funding the Ukraine war. BlackRock has signed agreements with the Ukrainian government to drive public and private investments into Ukraine's reconstruction and recovery. In collaboration with JP Morgan, the investment company is backing a $15 billion investor fund focused on manufacturing, infrastructure, agriculture, and energy projects. While these efforts are aimed aimed at rebuilding Ukraine, some critics argue that such investments prolong the war and benefit those profiting from it. As the election heats up, the contrast between Trump's stance on ending the war and BlackRock's role as a financier of Ukraine's defense efforts presents an intriguing dynamic. With Trump's plans to swiftly end the conflict and BlackRock's financial involvement in prolonging Ukraine's fighting capability, the future of the Ukraine war and its potential resolution remain uncertain. Trump has privately expressed his belief that both Russia and Ukraine want a way out of the conflict, suggesting that people in parts of Ukraine would be accepting of becoming a part of Russia. This perspective aligns with his focus on limiting NATO expansion and addressing threats from China. Trump's key advisors have presented him with a plan to end the war in Ukraine, which involves leveraging US weapons as a bargaining chip. According to the plan, Ukraine would only receive more US weapons if it enters into peace talks, and the US would warn Moscow that refusal to negotiate would result in increased US support for Ukraine. However, this strategy has been labeled as a long shot by some, and Trump himself has been criticized for not publicly specifying how he intends to settle the war. Meanwhile, BlackRock has come under scrutiny for its role in the Ukraine war. The company has signed an agreement with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky to coordinate investment efforts for the country's reconstruction. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has stated that the Russian invasion of Ukraine has put an end to globalization, prompting countries and companies to re-evaluate their dependencies. BlackRock's involvement in Ukraine has sparked accusations of disaster capitalism, with critics arguing that the company is trying to cash in on the war-ravaged nation's suffering. The investment firm is set to advise Ukraine on structuring reconstruction funds and coordinating investment efforts, potentially profiting from the influx of public and private investments into the country's recovery. Here's where the conspiracy theory comes into play. With Trump's potential return to the White House, his America First policy could once again take center stage, clashing with the globalist agenda of financial giants like BlackRock. Trump's isolationist and protectionist policies directly contradict BlackRock's interests, which lie in cross-border investments and international trade. The assassination attempt on Trump, a symbol of nationalist populism, has brought this ideological clash into sharp focus. Conspiracy theorists speculate that BlackRock, fearing a Trump presidency might hinder their ability to continue profiting from the Ukraine war, may have had a hand in the former president's assassination attempt. They view Trump as an obstacle to their globalist agenda, which thrives on international cooperation and the free flow of capital. While the truth behind the assassination attempt may never be fully known and the conspiracy theories remain speculative, the incident has undoubtedly highlighted the complex interplay between powerful financial institutions and political ideologies. BlackRock's global influence extends beyond financial markets, shaping the economic and political landscape. As the world navigates this intricate environment, the question remains: what role do financial giants like BlackRock play in shaping world events? And how does this intersect with the future of the United States? Did you enjoy this video? Click on the card currently showing on your screen for other interesting videos.